My name is Martin Percy. I make a range of projects. To start with, I'd like to show you some projects that I have made in VR. And I live in London. I work for a number of companies. Many of my VR projects are, in fact, Polish. So that's a trailer for Very VR, which is a VR film, thank you, which was entirely filmed in Poland. No, it wasn't. It was filmed in Kenya. However, the post-production is almost entirely in Poland, and in many ways it's a Polish production. The creator of Very is Svetlana Dragijeva, who is partly Polish. The producer is Joanna Fogler, who is entirely Polish. Coding and digital development was done by the brilliant people at Aeronauts. I've given names here. Those are the people that I deal with. But Jacob at Aeronauts was dealing with a huge team. So he's the guy that I know. But Aeronauts as a company did all the coding for Very VR, both in PlayStation and Samsung Gear and Oculus. Post-production, partly by the stitching, partly by Pro Tomorrow. And a great deal of what you saw there was stitched by the brilliant people at Mimo, who you saw earlier today, and Marlena did a fantastic job of taking care of all of that. So as you see, people don't realize it, but Very VR, which has won prizes all over the world, is very largely a Polish production. And now let's look at some more Polish productions. So okay, one of the great problems with VR is social. You know, there's always this bit in the VR conference where people say, huh, what about social? You've got these people with plastic masks on their face, how can they socialize? So I was hired by a company who has to remain anonymous to do an experiment in social VR. It was entirely coded right here in Łódź by the brilliant people at Le Polish Bureau, which is the Polish arm of a company called Unit 9. They do lots of work for Unit 9 at an absolutely top level globally, and again, it's all happening here in Łódź, and hardly anybody actually realizes, which is a great pity. Krzysztof, who is here in the audience, Krzysztof, there he is. So Krzysztof coded what you're going to see and did an absolutely brilliant job. I don't suppose Gosia is here? Anyway, Gosia designed it and did a great job. So let's have a look at a very quick trailer.
This is a 5-minute interactive VR film for 2 viewers. Viewer 1 plays the woman in the film. Viewer 2 plays the man. The film they see is the result of both players' choices. For example, do they kiss or not? The film can go 4 ways depending on what the viewers decide. He says yes, she says no. She says yes, he says no. Both say no, or both say yes. The film each player sees is the shared result of what both players decide. Just like life should be.
So, as you see, it's an extremely serious project, that one. The sad thing is that even in VR, the most common outcome of the kissing choice is both players decide not to kiss the other one, because even in VR, it's too embarrassing that the other person might not want to kiss you. So, you know, anyway, what can you do? But another piece of great Polish work. Then another piece from Unit 9. Jakub has been in charge of marketing this. And essentially what this is trying to do is to prove that we can use VR to do things that are really useful. So just have a look and I think you'll understand what I mean.
Lifesaver VR is an interactive VR film for teenagers, where you have to save someone's life by making smart choices and doing CPR.
I think having it in VR makes a difference because you feel much more like you're in the situation and like it depends on you rather than just being told or watching it on TV.
In tests with teenagers, confidence in doing CPR rose from 38% before playing Lifesaver VR to 86% after it. All those tested said that it made them more likely, or much more likely, to attempt CPR in a real emergency. At the start of Lifesaver VR, a group of friends are relaxing when one of them, Harry, collapses with a cardiac arrest. He will be dead in 10 minutes unless you do the right thing.
Guys? What would you do? Run to help Harry now, or check for danger first?
Watch out for the glass!
You interactively control the actions of Harry's friend Louise as she tries to save him. The film experiments with different forms of VR.
Harry?
This first half is shot like a regular film,
Can you hear me?
but you watch it in VR cinema mode on your headset.
Call an ambulance!
The phone's in there.
No, use Jess's mobile. What?
You make choices by turning your head to put a red circle over the option that you think is right.
Exactly. He might choke.
In the second half of the film, you have to make more choices and do CPR. For this, we go into full 360 video. You have to push down hard 2 times a second. Your headset senses your movements and gives you feedback.
Doing it in VR, I felt like I was doing it myself, whereas in a video, somebody else is doing it. There was one point when I thought there was no hope, so I thought I was gonna cry.
No, I have to do it!
Shock delivered.
If you make the wrong decisions or your CPR speed is bad, then Harry will die.
He's breathing normally. He's waking up.
But if you do the right thing, you'll sense the thrill of saving a life. Lifesaver VR uses virtual reality to put teenagers into the world of a film and change that world. And it gives them the skills to save others in real life.
Oh, you did it.
Now I feel like I have enough confidence to go over and do something.
When you do it yourself, you become really, really happy because you just saved that person's life.
Shock delivered.
So that's Lifesaver, and recently, thank you. Recently, formal medical research has been done on the first version of Lifesaver, which was also coded here in Łódź, which has found that it really is as effective as traditional training with a plastic dummy to do training with digital devices. So that's not a PR statement, that's formal medical research using more than 100 test subjects. Okay, so moving on. Who's heard of a film called Kino Automat? I am shocked. Okay, so Kino Automat. Please Google Kino Automat, on your way home. Kino Automat is the first interactive film that I'm aware of. It was a film produced for the Czechoslovak Pavilion at the Expo 67 in Montreal. And it really was an absolute breakthrough in all sorts of ways. Shockingly, as we can see, it's been largely forgotten, but it really is worth having a look at. So this is, I'm afraid, I couldn't find a particularly good trailer. That's even worse. Okay, here we go. There isn't really a very good trailer that I could find on the internet, but Kino Automat, essentially it's a sort of romantic comedy involving a rather, sort of middle-aged guy who gets into an embarrassing situation with a predictable, highly glamorous female. Where it becomes interesting is that the audience in the cinema had to make choices collectively about what would happen next in the film. And it was very successful at the time. Lots of people loved it at Expo 67, but of course the director then went home, and next year was 1968, and of course political events happened, and suddenly people weren't so keen on the idea of democratic choice in a cinema. But if you get a chance, please check it out. It's a fascinating example of creativity. One of the great sort of untouched opportunities with interactivity, in my opinion, is cinema. Kino Automat 50 years ago demonstrated that you can do things with interaction in a cinema. And I got an opportunity to try something myself, and that's why you guys have all been given glow sticks. All right? So, a few years ago, a guy I know in Asia said, "Hey, I know this film financier, he loves action movies and he loves the idea of interaction. Can you make an interactive action movie for a cinema?" So I thought, okay. And so we did this little experiment, and that's the experiment that you're going to see here. This is the second time it's ever been run. Technically, it's rather challenging, so don't be surprised if we have a couple of technical problems in the middle. But essentially, it's a highly unethical action movie where you have to decide the outcome. You have to decide what happens to the losers in a series of fights in a brutal online action film. So essentially, you'll become the audience in a gladiatorial combat, and you have to give thumbs up if you want the loser to live, or thumbs down if you want the loser to die. But it's boring to do thumbs up, thumbs down, so instead we've given you glow sticks. you are going to have 3 choices. The first choice is in about 5 minutes, 5 minutes into the film. You're going to have to choose whether you want the loser in the fight to live, and if you want him to live, you hold up your green or yellow glow stick and you shout, "Mercy." Not just once, but repeatedly. You've got 20 seconds, okay? Or, if you want the loser to die, you hold up your red or purple glow stick and shout, "Justice," for 20 seconds. Now, this is not about democratically counting the numbers. This is about passion and volume, okay? So if there's only a tiny number of you, shout "Mercy," and the rest of you shout "Justice" in an unmotivated way, then it's going to be "Mercy," or vice versa, okay? So to start with, let's do a practice. We want as loud as we can, please, all of you, because I know you're merciful kind of people, to shout "Mercy." So on a count of 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's sort of okay for a start. So that was the quiet version. Now let's have a bit of volume, please. Okay, standing by. 3, 2, 1, go. Mercy, 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 and stop. Okay, that's kind of okay. I'm sure we can get better than that once you get into the swing of it. All right, now, and then the other way, since I know you're in fact blood-crazed savages at heart, this is your chance for that blood-crazed savage to kind of come out, okay? So let's hear it for "Justice" on a count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go. Justice! And cut. Where's the passion? I said, "Justice, justice, justice." Okay, a bit more energy this time, please. Standing by, and 3, 2, 1, go. And cut. Okay, fine. So we're getting there. All right, so let's see how we get on. And we will fire this up. Okay, so your first choice is going to be in about 5 minutes. To start with, we've got a bit of action film. So I know, I feel embarrassed bringing a film of this genre to this kind of temple of great European cinema. So apologies for that, but just think of it as a proof of concept, okay? All right, so are we ready to scream and shout in about 5 minutes? Yeah. Are we ready to scream and shout in about 5 minutes? Yeah. Okay, off we go.
And now, it's Professor Sherman's Mercy or Justice. The challenger tonight is Gary. He must win 3 fights. Fight 1, the challenger v. the masked maniac, Monog. If he wins, it's on to Fight 2, the challenger v. Double Trouble, Angin and Raku. If victorious, he goes on to Fight 3, the challenger v. the master gladiator himself, Maku. The grand prize, $50,000 US. But in every battle, the loser faces death. Death in the electric jaws of the Death Pack. But our patented auto viewer control system means only you can decide if the loser gets mercy and lives, or justice and dies. Now, here are your hosts, Maku and the creator of the show, the Einstein of interactivity, Professor Sherman.
Selamat datang kembali di Let's Play Mercy or Justice. Peserta malam ini di arena bambu adalah Gary. Dan kami juga memiliki seorang ring girl baru untuk Anda.
Boleh juga tuh cewek.
Ya, pemirsa. Kami sudah lihat Gary siap untuk bertarung. Kenapa ya?
Nah, lihat tuh kan.
Bangsat, tunggu dulu.
Gila.
Saya adalah penantang malam ini, Ruri Sanjaya. Dan semua ini untuk Arya dan Pandu.
Ya tapi lu lihat dong, sekali ditendang aja bisa langsung mati sama petarung kita.
Itu keren. Pemirsa, kita punya seorang petarung baru. Mari kita panggil yang akan berhadapan dengan Mono. Dan dia adalah Ruri Sanjaya.
And now it's time. Fight 1. The Challenger v. The Masked Maniac, Monong.
Guys, buruan nonton Mercy and Justice. Gila banget ini. Gila banget. Lu harus nonton. Aksi gokilnya keren.
Hei manis.
Maaf manis.
Jangan. Yes.
Knockout.
Dan deathmatch-nya berlangsung terus. Kami memberi bonus kepada petarungnya biar dia tidur selama votingnya berlangsung.
Never voted on Mercy or Justice? Don't worry, it's easy. First, open the app. You'll see a screen like this with 2 buttons. If you want the loser to live, press the thumbs up button for Mercy. But if he deserves to die, press thumbs down for Justice. But that just gets 1 point for your side. To get 100 points, you need to shake your phone hard and shout loud for Mercy or Justice. These sliders show you which side is getting the most points, moment by moment. And watch out, you must get at least 1 slider over the halfway mark, or we'll have to do the vote all over again. So, get ready to shake hard and shout loud for Mercy or Justice.
So we obviously don't have that technology. We're going to keep it simple. So are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
And go.
your choice is Mercy.
I'm delighted to see that you're such a loving, forgiving audience. But next time, a bit more passion from the Justice side, okay?
Next up, Fight 2, The Challenger v. Double Trouble, Ongen, and Raccoon.
Satu-satu ya. Gue cewek loh.
Sayang, gue harus ngelakuin pekerjaan ini.
Knockout. Double knockout.
Tunggu. Buat siapapun yang nonton acara ini, saya tahu Ongen dan Rakun memang bukan orang baik. Tapi tolong, saya nggak mau mereka mati karena saya. Tolong pilih Mercy. Terima kasih.
Menarik, tapi bukan dia yang membuat keputusan di sini. Hanya Anda yang berhak memilih Mercy atau Justice. Dan pemilihan dimulai sekarang.
Are we ready?
3, 2, 1.
Justice, justice, justice. Justice, justice. Justice, 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 justice.
3, 2, 1. And stop. And your choice is Justice.
So this time it's mostly the guys down here. There was a very strong Justice call, so you can take them up with that. You can talk to them about that later. So again, you see the technology we've got here. So everyone who shouted Justice is going to have to shout Justice again, just as loud, or the shock vote gets cancelled. Okay, so everyone who shouted Justice, hands up. Okay, so one more time, 10 seconds, Justice, 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 or we cancel it. Okay, standing by.
3, 2, 1. Justice has been delivered.
Yes, and you did it.
Jadi kita sudah bisa bilang adieu kepada Ongen dan Raku.
Bos, ya. Ini adalah Arya Andana, penantang yang mati di season pertama. Di filenya tertulis kalau keluarga terdekatnya adalah tunangannya.
Tapi saya harus memberitahu lebih dulu bahwa Arya sepertinya orang baik. Tapi sebenarnya dia adalah pengedar narkoba. Kehidupan semua anak muda ini telah dihancurkan oleh seorang pengedar narkoba seperti Arya. Sekarang pilihan di tangan kalian.
Di file tertulis kalau keluarga terdekatnya adalah tunangannya, Ruri Sanjaya.
Ya, kayaknya.
And now, it's the showdown you've been waiting for. Fight 3, the challenger, v. the master gladiator himself, Maku.
Lu memang sudah tanda tangan untuk kontrak perkelahian. Tapi lu malu-maluin gue di depan kru gue. Lu nyerang integritas gue. Sekarang lu harus bayar semua itu.
Saya Ruri Sanjaya. Saya tunangan dari petarung sebelumnya, Arya Andana. Saya tidak pernah menginginkan dia untuk ikut acara kotor ini. Dia ikut karena dia ingin menolong adik saya yang sedang sakit keras. Orang ini adalah pembohong besar. Dia bilang kalau Arya Andana adalah pengedar narkoba. Supaya kalian semua pilih Justice. Dan rating acara ini naik.
Mati deh gue. Bohong kali, mana mungkin. Enggak.
Untuk Arya Andana dan Pandu Sanjaya yang udah gak ada lagi, berikan dia Justice. Pilihan Anda dimulai sekarang.
Are you ready to play?
are you going to kill the future of interactivity? It's up to you. Okay, off you go. Ready, steady, go.
And your choice is Mercy.
Thank you for playing Mercy or Justice.
So you see, you should have killed him, right? That just shows you shouldn't be merciful at the wrong time. So anyway, so that is the game show experiment. Thank you very much for playing. I hope you enjoyed the experience. And apologies, as I say, I realize to bring a film like this to this temple of high cinema is sacrilege, but thank you very much. Thank you.